So anything you want to say about food, give me a call at 1-888-55-SUSAN. That's 1-888-557-8726. Shannon, you're on the air. What do you want to say about food?
Slim Fast as a diet.
Can you get it and read the ingredients for us, please?
Sure, hold on a second.
Oh, I love this. We've all done it. We've all had the
Susan,
shakes.
I was wrong.
Oh, you don't have any?
No.
If anybody listening has any Slim Fast, call us up. We need the ingredients. Okay, Shannon, what do you think about? What are you asking?
For a while, I was drinking it myself.
Well, yeah, who hasn't done a liquid diet? We all have.
Yeah.
Yeah. And?
Then I started listening to your show, and you talk about eating whole foods, and it dawned on me that, what am I doing? I didn't even look at the ingredients.
Love you, Shannon. Well, let me tell you something. This is how the whole thing started. If, in fact, it worked, then I would say suck it down by the gallon.
I'm not even overweight.
Well, we won't even go there yet. We don't even have to go there. Here's the truth. These are the diet industry statistics, not mine. 98% of us that go on diets fail. Now, those are crappy odds, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If I said to you, Shannon, I want you to give me your money, sometimes $1,500, I want you to give me your money, and there's a 98% chance that you're going to fail. Would you give me your money?
No.
Okay, so that's the reason why we shouldn't. That's the first reason we shouldn't do that, because it doesn't work. The second reason we shouldn't do it is when you read what's in this stuff, it is frightening. It is non-food, and it is not the answer to the busy life. Here's the answer to the busy life. I have sitting right here on the table with me the most incredible minestrone soup. It took nothing to make. Believe me, I got 3 children. I work outside and inside of the home. I understand busy beyond your wildest dreams. I have a minestrone soup that's sitting here and a salad in a plastic bag. All 3 of us, Rusty, Lynette, and I, just had the best breakfast ever. A minestrone white bean soup breakfast with a salad. It doesn't take anything. You make it the night before. It's there. You heat it up. You bring it with you.
Do you have a cookbook?
I have tons of cookbooks. I've got 6 books on the market. Yeah, I got food. The food book is the best book ever written about food. Got 2 cookbooks. Got Stop the Insanity. You can get whatever you want, but also go out and get everything John McDougall has ever written.
I just got one of his books at the library, and I just started reading it the other night, and I'm just amazed with it.
Yes! Touchdown! God, that's great. Shannon, I love you. Oh, that's so great. Tim, what do you want to say about food? You're on the air.
Hi there, Susan.
How are you, Tim?
Well, pretty good, actually. I love your program.
Thank you, sir.
I'm 40 years old, and I'm overweight. I'm 6'4", weigh 290 pounds, and I don't know how to eat, and I'm kind of looking to you to give me some ideas and help and where to start.
Tim, you're fabulous. Here's where you have to start. You have to start at the same place every obese person, myself included, have to start. You have to understand that the reason that you are over fat and unfit is because A, you are eating a ton of fat because that's what it takes to get fat, and B, you're probably sedentary. So that's the biggest problem right there. So the first thing we got to do, Tim, no matter how you feel, you don't wait to be motivated because the motivation isn't out there somewhere to be bumped into. The first thing you got to do is today, no matter how you feel, Tim, you're going to go for a 45-minute walk. No fancy, no heart monitors, no, don't have to see your doctor before you do. Just get off your butt and go for a 45-minute walk, no matter how you feel, okay?
All right.
Somehow, some way, block out the time and move. Just go for a walk. I guarantee you, I will bet you $1,000 that you will finish that walk and say, oh my God, I feel so much better. And then tomorrow, you're not going to be motivated again. You're going to do it again tomorrow. And you're going to do it again tomorrow, and you're going to do it again tomorrow. That's first. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to cut back on the one thing that made you fat and made me fat and made 99% of Americans that are fat. 1% of us have a metabolic set point disorder. The rest of us are just eating a ton of fat. So the first thing you got to do is cut back on that stuff, fat. And you have to start making sure that the foods you eat are low in fat and high in quality. Meaning, you don't live on low-fat muffins, you don't live on low-fat cookies. High in quality means food, grains, beans, fruits, vegetables, real food. And you are going to be shocked at what happens. Then the third thing you're going to do, Tim, and it's very simple, is you're going to get educated like we all have to. You're going to read everything. I've written 6 books on the subject. John McDougall is a genius. John Robbins is a genius. Jeremy Rifkin is a genius. There is so much information out there. You have to take responsibility for your own health. You have to crack the damn binding, and you have to read the books and get the information, and you will change the way you look and feel no matter what, Tim. Thank you for calling. See? Tim's got to do the same thing we all have to do. That's all you got to do, and you have to walk through the process of burning the body fat, which takes time, of increasing the lean muscle mass because it's metabolically the most active tissue in the body. Active means fuel burning means fat burning. Increasing the cardio endurance because if you ain't getting enough oxygen to every cell and every muscle in your body, then you are dying daily. And you need to get strong and healthy and well. Tim is going to do it. He is. because he wants to. There is no magic. There is no instant. There is no pill. There is no secret. There is no thing that's about to be discovered. It has been discovered for years. Jack LaLanne discovered it 80 years ago when he was born. Jack LaLanne discovered that you have to exercise, that you have to build lean muscle mass, that you have to do it every day, that it has to become more a part of your life than not doing it has to become, that you have to change your life, that you have to commit to wellness as opposed to being unwell. Oh my God, Jack LaLanne. Anyway, this is Susan Powter, and we're talking about food. Anything you want to talk about when it comes to food, what we ingest, how much it affects the way we feel, the way we look, the way we think, the energy levels we have or don't have. If you don't believe me, suck down a pot of coffee and suck up a pound of sugar. Tell me you're not affected by the food that you eat. Of course you are. So, let's talk about food. Ooh, Myra, you're on the air. What would you like to say about food?
Yeah, I'm Mira.
Mira! Well, it was close, for God's sake. I wasn't that. I didn't call you Bobby, did I? No. I love people that correct it like that. So it's Mira, right?
Yes, Mira.
Now, in Australia, it would be Myra. I just want you to know that.
I know. The whole America called me Myra. I seldom hear my name.
All right, Mira, what do you think?
Okay, I think that this is actually not exactly all the truth because all the Europe eat olive oil, especially Italians.
Well, but what's
I've grown up with them, and none of them are that fat. I never saw fat people till I got to the United States.
But what is olive oil and being fat? What I said was that if you're supposed to eat olive, you really believe you need olive oil, eat the olive because that's the real food, because we're talking about whole food. And the truth of the matter is all oil is 100% fat. That's not debatable. That's a fact. Yeah, all oil is 100% fat, whether it's been stumped by virgins or not.
Yeah, but all Europe cooked with olive oil.
Yeah, but so what? What's the connection? Europeans also don't eat huge slabs of prime rib with the dairy, with the butter, with this. We eat differently. I just got back from Paris. They eat very differently than they do here at Red Lobster.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, olive oil is not the issue. The truth is, all oil is 100% fat. That is a separate issue because we are under the false belief that there are some good oils and bad oils. That is incorrect. All oil is 100% fat. If you believe that you need the oil to get essential fatty acids, which is untrue, then why don't you just eat the olive and you'll get the essential fatty acids as well as the fiber, the nutrients. You know, you'll have something to metabolize rather than gobs and gobs and gobs of oil. The only reason I brought it up is because people are under the false impression that olive oil is good for you. It ain't. Christy, you're on the air. What do you think about food?
Well, hi, Susan.
How are you, Christy?
I'm chewing down my spinach breakfast here.
Love you. What are you eating? Spinach and what?
Spinach and mushrooms, and I've made my own salad dressing and so forth.
Oh, how lovely.
Yes, I wanted to
salad.
applaud you first for trashing these chemical companies that call themselves food manufacturers.
Oh, they're horrible.
You are the voice of reason.
Thank you so much.
That.
Thank you.
What I wanted to say to you is I'm 49. I had a baby at 41.
All right, tell us everything. Was it your first? Was it your first?
No, I have a 26-year-old, too.
Okay, Rusty, just a moment, please. Christy has a 26-year-old child. Did you hear that, Rusty? Not a 20-year-old, a 26-year-old. She had a baby at 41. Okay, Christy, could you just tell us everything? Because we're talking about having children at later ages, and Rusty has some issues. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was going to say that I breastfed my son for 2 years and 9 months.
Oh, my God.
And the only reason I stopped was because I had an outbreak of something on my chest and all over my body. I went to every doctor. I'm not a conventional medicine person. So I went to every non-conventional. I went to everybody trying to find out what this was. And I suffered with this for years. I had to make my baby stop nursing because of it. And finally, I realized that nobody cared about my health as much as I did.
Amen.
So I had to start doing the research myself.
Yeah.
I went in one day with an outbreak of these blister things all over me to my doctor, my preventive medicine doctor, who's well known around here. And I said, I just want someone to look at this. Just look at this and tell me what this is. But no one had time to look at it. I was so disgusted. I went down to their dispensary where I buy all my B12 and all that injection stuff. And I told the girl there, I said, I'm so disgusted. I've suffered with this for years. Don't know what it is. She says to me, what nationality are you? And I'm Dutch. And she said, She said, it looks to me like it could be gluten intolerance. She said, dermatitis herpetiformis. And I said, what? I said, nobody's ever said this to me.
Gluten as in wheat gluten?
Yes.
Get out of here.
No. And I found out that she said, try it. She says, what have you got to lose? Just go home and don't eat anything with gluten in it, which is wheat, oats, barley, and rye.
And wheat is a very allergic food.
Yes, and she saved my life. I told her I was going to bring her flowers. I said, she's my new doctor.
Okay, so you couldn't bring up a better point when it comes to food. How about food allergies that are not in any way, shape, or form attributed to disease in the Western Medical Society?
Right.
They are not acknowledged at all. My son suffers from severe food allergies, had grand mal seizures, and the doctor said that he had some ridiculous disease, which turned out to be not true, which turned out that I sued them over. But above and beyond that, because they tried to kill him, and they knew it was an incorrect diagnosis, above and beyond all that, they weren't willing to say he has food allergies. Anyway, truth be known, food absolutely affects us. There's no question about that. So let's talk about food. Anything? Oh, I gotta go right to Ronnie. Sorry, gotta go to Ronnie because he's talking about hydrogenated oils. Ronnie, he's my man. If he can't do it,
hi, Susan. Ronnie's a lady.
Ronnie's a woman. Well, you know what the end of my cheer was going to be? If he can't do it, another man can. So Ronnie, she's my woman. If she can't do it, nobody else can because she's a woman and she's brilliant. Go ahead, Ronnie. What do you think about
I have to say that I'm really disturbed about the fact that partially hydrogenated oils attract free radicals, but if you go into a supermarket, you're hard put to find anything that doesn't have partially hydrogenated oils. And in our lunchrooms at school, partially hydrogenated oils.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Cancer's on the rise. It's epidemic.
I know, but let's talk about it for a second, okay?
Sure.
It is hydrogenated oil, and let's talk about what it is, because people don't know when you bring up the brilliant point, Ronnie. Hydrogenated oil, what they do is they take an unsaturated fat, they being the food manufacturers, they add more hydrogen in the lab, and they make it a saturated fat. And there's one reason and one reason only to do it. So it has a longer shelf life. So if you really put the truth in there, then you get to see the insanity of that one. Hydrogenated oil, when you see partially hydrogenated oil, they have added hydrogen to an unsaturated fat to make it saturated, which A, gives you heart disease and all kinds of diseases. But the truth of the matter is it's bloody poison.
And children absorb more carcinogenics than adults.
Oh, yeah.
So these food companies are not taking responsibility of what they're doing to their children, our children.
No joke. Ronnie, do you buy foods with partially hydrogenated oil in it?
God, no.
Neither do I.
No, I've been into organic foods for about 30 years. I made all my children's food, their baby food. I breastfed both my kids. I had my first child at 34, my second child is 42.
Wow, very unusual, Ronnie. I love that. How old are you now?
I'm 55, and I'm usually taken for somebody in their 40s.
First of all, where are you originally from? Brooklyn?
New York.
And where in New York?
Long Island.
Long Island's. Because when you're talking, Ronnie is talking like this, and I absolutely adore the way she's talking, and she does not sound... You sound like you're right off Ocean Avenue in Brooklyn, and you sound 15.
Well,
you sound so young. Look, 55-year-old woman.
Well, I think that you are what you eat. I'm from the Woodstock generation. I lived in Woodstock, and you are what you eat.
And you know what? That saying never goes out. You're right, Ronnie. You are what you eat, and partially hydrogenated oil is unsaturated fat that the chemical food companies add hydrogen to, which makes it a saturated fat. The reason is a longer shelf life for their product so that they can have their foods last longer. They can sell more foods. They can make more money. We get sick and diseased. How unusual. What an amazing... Oh, William's got the ingredients. Wilhelm!
Good morning, sister of mine.
William, I don't know why I have turned you into a German man, but I like you, William, and Wilhelm to me is just it's a friendly thing. So, pardon the German reference, but William, you have the ingredients. Read them off.
I sure do. Non-fat milk, water, sugar, calcium caffeinate, gum, Arabic, cellulose gel, cocoa, processed with alkali, corn syrup, decaffeinated coffee, because this is a coffee drink one,
right?
Carrageenan, disodium phosphate, monooglycerides, dextrose, maltodextrosine, salt, natural and artificial flavors. Now, isn't that just so yummy?
There is not a food in there. Milk, sugar, water, and chemicals. And then they add a whole bunch of additives, i.e. vitamin additives, which everybody knows are just crap.
It's a perfect thing to embalm your body with.
It's like the tobacco companies. Now they're going to third world countries that don't know no better, and they don't know no better. Don't know no better, Wilhelm. It's true. They don't know no better.
I got to tell you, Susan, since I started doing as you've been requesting, today I've been weighed. I'm down to 202 pounds, and girl, I'm still going.
Hey, William, we got to get you building some lean muscle mass, William.
I have got my treadmill going. I got my weights.
I love you.
I love it.
William, you are going to be there Saturday.
I most definitely am. You're going to see me. I'll be jumping up and down.
William, I want a big sign that says Wilhelm.
I certainly.
Oh, I can't wait to meet you. I love William. He's smart. He's interested. He's educated. He reads. He asks questions. I love brains like that. Oh, let's clone him. Come on, let's clone him. That's it. That's the end of the show. Thanks so much for listening, and stay tuned.